right, you guys. So the last thing that you guys are responsible for doing today is something that we're going to call a timeline of MLK's life based off of this article that we read. Okay, so if you don't know how I got here, you should be on the section that says timeline. I will add the link in, obviously, after I publish it, but there will be a link right under this headline that says timeline, and you will click on that and it will take you to a page that looks like this. So your job on this timeline is reading through all of this article. You are putting all of the events, so the events in time that are mentioned in this article, you will make an event on your timeline. So I'm going to do an example for you guys right up here, okay, right at the top and even down here. It tells me originally named Michael King Jr., Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929. Okay, so when I go into my timeline, it tells me using the article, fill in each box of the timeline with the events and the date. Okay, so that just told me in the article, January 15th, 1929. So I'm going to list the date. The 15th. Yep, January 15th, 1929. And I can obviously play around with the font size. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I want to try and get it on one line. Oh, here. I'll make it smaller. Okay, so there's my date. And the event, well, looking back at it, it tells me Martin Luther King Jr. was born. Well, that's easy enough. I'm just going to add in a little snippet. Martin Luther King Jr. is born. And I'm going to move this over a little bit so we can read it. And then I'm done. There's my first event. So that's what I'm doing, okay? I am going through this article. I'm looking for every single date/event, which already should be highlighted because you highlighted for your signposts on Tuesday. And then what you're going to do is you're putting them in the timeline. And you should have every box of this timeline filled. I worked really hard to put the correct amount of boxes on here to make your lives easier. Okay, so put those events in, share it with me, and then you will be done for the day.